Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
As it turns out, it looks like Ripple's fully anticipating that the SEC versus Ripple case will be at a 100% conclusion no later than November of this year, and I'll share with you the specific reasons why, but may be occurring a little bit sooner than that. Got some comments from attorney Jeremy Hogan on precisely that. Then there's also this article from the Daily Hodl titled, Ripple CEO says SEC has hard argument to make in XRP lawsuit as expert testimony wraps up, and also looks like somebody in the government made a boo-boo. I'm sure most of you are familiar at this point with a big crypto-related news story, which is that the Biden administration, Joe Biden, President Joe Biden specifically, is supposed to be issuing some sort of executive order having to do with cryptocurrency, digital assets. Well, that hasn't happened yet. But somebody slipped up here and released a statement. Here you can see, here's the headline, statement by Secretary of the Treasury Janet L. Yellen on President Biden's executive order on digital assets. So this was posted on the U.S. Department of the Treasury website. Then somebody realized they made a horrible mistake by posting it one day early. Here you can see it was dated March 9th. And it's almost March 9th as I record this. It's like, 9:26 p.m. on the 8th, Central Standard Time here. So within the last hour or two, somebody accidentally uploaded this thing. Whoops-a-doodles, I guess. Do you still have your job, whoever you are? That's not a fun mistake to make. But anyway, the Wayback Machine caught it, so it's been widely circulated all over social media and mainstream media at this point. But plenty to talk about. Before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I'm not offering legal or financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Alright, into the first topic now. Here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Ripple wants to end XRP lawsuit by September of this year, so says attorney Jeremy Hogan. Ripple Labs wants to end its lawsuit with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC for short, of course, by September or October of 2020, according to a closely followed crypto legal expert. And you'll see, let me pause here to note, technically November 18th, which is cited in the information ahead. But anyway, check this out. The SEC sued Ripple in December of 2020 on the allegation that XRP was sold as an unregistered security. According to Jeremy Hogan, an attorney known for covering the lawsuit, Ripple is aiming for the case to reach a conclusion this year based on documents revealed to the public over the weekend. And so here's the actual tweet from attorney Jeremy Hogan. One of two I'm actually going to share with you. Here's the first one. When will Ripple vs. SEC case end? Ripple thinks it will end sometime between August 26th and November 18th. In its pending class action, Ripple agreed to move the case start back to November 18th in belief that the SEC case will be finished before then. And so what's being referenced here? It's funny because I had to reference this case in another recent video, actually. Well, there are a few cases. I think they've all been combined into one at this point, but dating back to initially, I believe it was maybe May 4th of 2018 was when the first news broke. There's a guy named Ryan Coffey that ended up bitching up a storm and filing a class action lawsuit against Ripple because he lost $600 by buying XRP high and then selling it low and then just blaming XRP and claiming that it's a security of Ripple, the company. And this happened over a span of like a few weeks. Completely absurd. Ridiculous. Then this headline came out just over a month later, June 8th, 2018, from CoinDesk. Another investor lawsuit claims XRP as a security. And folks, that wasn't the end. There's still a few people that wanted to pile on. And mind you, this is a fringe minority. The vast majority of people that have ever held XRP do not feel that what they have purchased is some sort of unregistered security of Ripple. This is an absolute fringe minority, and I question what their motives are, but still. And then here was another one. This is from January 27th, 2021. This is from the Block Crypto, titled, Ripple faces a new class action lawsuit over unregistered XRP sales in Florida. And so again, my understanding to this point is that they've all been combined into one case to streamline everything. And so that's what Attorney Jeremy Hogan was referencing here. The start dates for the case looks like it's going to be pushed back to that late date, because again, Ripple thinks that, as Jeremy Hogan stated here, the SEC case would end sometime between August 26th and November 18th. And he then did state, though, of course, it can settle any time. So if there's going to be a settlement, it could be well before that window of opportunity there. But go a little bit further, and it gets even more interesting. Jeremy Hogan wrote, it makes me feel more confident in my September summary judgment prediction. And so I'll just pause to note, for those of you that may not have been aware, Attorney Jeremy Hogan has been public that his best guess for full adjudication of this case would be September of this year. So assuming there's no settlement, he's been guessing September of this year, which I've reported on before on this channel. And he then wrote the following. I think Ripple thinks it wins the SEC case in September/October, and then this class action goes away due to collateral estoppel. And so he's expecting that as a result of the outcome, which we're all assuming is going to be very favorable for Ripple, assuming full adjudication occurs, this case goes away. And why? Well, it's covered right here in the Daily Hodl article. Where was it here? Yeah, here we go. Collateral estoppel is a common law legacy that protects criminal defendants from being tried for the same issue in more than one criminal trial. And so if this is settled as a matter of fact in that court, then all of these claims from these other little asshats that have come along in the years that follow, it's just a few here and there, all of that goes away. There will be no trial. So that's what I would hope and anticipate is most likely to occur. And we shall see here. Now there's this from the Daily Huddle. Ripple CEO says SEC has hard argument to make in XRP lawsuit as expert testimony wraps. And this has to do with a topic that I covered recently. For those of you that may have missed it, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse was interviewed on Fox Business, but there is a quote in here that I thought I'd share with you. So even though I had kind of talked about the topic, I thought I'd share this since somebody went to the trouble of transcribing this actually. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has a difficult argument to make in its case against the enterprise blockchain company. The SEC sued Ripple in December 2020 on the allegation that the company sold XRP as an unregistered security. In a new interview on Fox Business, Garlinghouse says that the SEC originally had no problems with the issuance of XRP, but changed its mind in hindsight. Yeah, which, by the way, folks, that's what it looks like to me as well in terms of it. Look, I don't believe that the SEC actually firmly thought this whole time, for the better part of a decade, that XRP was a security. I think they didn't know what the hell it was. But now they're going back and be like, yeah, okay, well, we didn't know, but you should have known. And they just want to sue everyone, including Ripple and XRP holders, into oblivion. That's what it looks like here. And so here was the quote from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. The irony there is like, we were in the SEC's office. I met with Chairman Clayton. I was meeting with commissioners. No one ever once said, hey, we think XRP is a security. They looked backward and say, now we think it's a security. That's a hard argument. Exactly. Yeah, so I think Brad's right there, and I've said many times, and I stand by this. If I were an attorney, if I had to argue one of these sides, oh my gosh, I don't even know how I could sleep at night knowing that I were arguing for the side of the SEC. Even setting aside, like, a lot of the moral implications, it's just like, even if it's just you're not worried about that, it's just your job's on the line, how the hell are you supposed to argue that piss poor? The facts and circumstances just are not on your side. It's purely simply the case that it's not on the side. So that's why when you're looking at the finality of this case, how this is all going to play out, I think we're going to be very happy, and I will not be surprised to see settlement. In fact, if I just, at this moment in time, and I, based on developments, I always have the right to change this, but if I had to guess right now whether or not we'd see full adjudication of this case, see summary judgment, or if it's most likely that we'd see settlement, my for fun guess would be that we'd see settlement. And maybe developments occur that make me change my mind there. I'd be less inclined to think that if it turns out the judge says that Ripple can't even argue its fair notice defense. To some degree, that would impact the way that I'm looking at this, but on the whole, no, mostly not. Shout out to James K. Filan, who shared this. This is how I came across it within my Twitter feed here. The news about the little oops-a-doodles from the U.S. Department of the Treasury releasing a document a day before they were supposed to. And so here you go. This is from the Wayback Machine, so it was saved so everybody on the planet can see this, and it's already circulated all over mainstream media, social media, so it's not like it's exactly a secret, but most people aren't aware, at least at the time that I'm recording this, because it's just happened within the last couple hours or so. But the reason I thought I'd at least touch on this a little bit is because within the XRP community, there's been a lot of speculation as far as what it would mean for cross-border payments, this or that. Would it be draconian against crypto on the whole? Would it cite XRP specifically? I kid you not, there are people that actually thought, and there was a rumor going around, that specifically would cite XRP. Well, look, the executive order itself is not what was leaked, so we don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but there's no indication from what was accidentally leaked that there's going to be anything approaching what people were speculating about on the fringe sides of this all. In fact, upon reading through this thing, it's just like some boilerplate gobbledygook from which like you can read it and derive nothing. There are like no specifics in this. But there isn't really anything in here that's particularly scary. Doesn't mean there's not anything horrifically scary in the executive order, but based on what's here, I have no reason to think that there will be. I mean, so yeah, there's some language here, like here, I'll read the top part. I don't want to read the whole, it's on your screen if you want to read the whole thing. I'm not going to read the whole thing here. And they do talk about cross-border transactions a little bit too. But I can read the top part. Again, labeled March 9th. It's March 8th as I record this. Anyway, U.S. Secretary of the Treasury Janet L. Yellen released the following statement on President Biden's executive order on digital assets, and here's the quote. President Biden's historic executive order calls for a coordinated and comprehensive approach to digital asset policy. This approach will support responsible innovation that could result in substantial benefits for the nation, consumers, and businesses. It will also address risks related to illicit finance, protecting consumers and investors, and preventing threats to the financial system and broader economy. So look, of course, not surprising at all, the idea of illicit finance brought up. And I'll tell you what, yes, fine. Just like you, I'm tired of the stupid narrative as if crypto makes, the way that value flows around the planet more dangerous. That's complete garbage. The facts and circumstances, all the data on this topic prove that's completely nonsensical. Still, though, in terms of what regulations should be in place, I think that they should be on par. Whether you're talking about crypto or the legacy financial system, just have something that's on par. Don't make it any more additionally harsh or anything like that. So it's okay to bring it up. I'm just waiting to see exactly what is going to be in this executive order, because, I mean, you're talking about unilateral action here. And hopefully there's nothing in it that would be perceived by a crypto community at large as overreach, but we won't know until tomorrow when this thing comes out. So apparently it is actually coming out tomorrow. And then there was a part down here. Here's the part having to do with cross-border. Here we go. We'll also convene the Financial Stability Oversight Council to evaluate the potential financial stability risks of digital assets and assess whether appropriate safeguards are in place. And because the questions raised by digital assets often have important cross-border dimensions, we'll work with our international partners to promote robust standards and a level playing field. What are you going to do? You're working with your international partners. What does that even mean? Working with your international partners to promote robust standards? In what way? If you're talking about on-ramps and off-ramps and regulations upon that way, okay, just like you're doing with the legacy financial system, fine. But if you're talking about standards within decentralized cryptocurrency ecosystems, that makes no sense. So I'm going to guess that has nothing to do with it. The only thing it could be is if they're even going to talk more so about central bank digital currencies, this or that, but is something like that going to be included within an executive order? No. That doesn't make any damn sense, because there are almost no CBDCs even on the planet right now. So, I don't know, maybe. If you're just making like a blanket statement for things that may come in the future, but there aren't really that many central bank digital currencies at the time I'm recording this in early 2022. So, I don't know what it's going to look like. I won't be surprised if I'm not exactly thrilled with it, because I'm not seeing the administration being particularly happy and thrilled and favorable towards crypto. Not that the previous one was particularly either.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.